Welcome to MTG Ectoplasm, your home for spirits and spirit decks in the world of Magic the Gathering. On this breaking news episode, Wizards spoiled the banning of a Titanic proportions. Do I got you curious? You know what, let's get this episode started, shall we? Let's go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on this episode. I am your host, Dwight, aka D Blanco, a medium that wears an extra large. Let me begin by saying you can reach out to me on Twitter at mtgectoplasm, or you can email me at mtgectoplasm@gmail.com. I want to hear from you. Because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I did not expect it, and I want to say thank you very much for making this show a global sensation. I am being honest, I'm being sincere here. I ended up looking at my analytics, ladies and gentlemen, and you have spoiled me. Thank you very much. I got listeners from the United States, Germany, France, Brazil, Italy, Singapore, Canada, Austria, and Japan. I want to say thank you for making this your home for spirits and spirit decks. I hope you will continue listening and keep on supporting me and this show. Well, something happened, ladies and gentlemen. Something spoiled earlier this morning. It went around, I'd say about 10:30 to about 11 o'clock this morning, when Wizards ended up sending out an announcement on secret layers. It's what they call the Smitten Super Drop. And what happens is they were like, oh, you know what? We're going to send out some cute little things out here. For example, they have a Fairies secret layer that has Glen Eldra Archmage, a Mistbind Click, Spellspreader Sprite, and Vandalia Click, only in foil. Then you have these weird basic lands that look like they're from Kaldheim, but they're like this heavy metal look, which is pretty badass, which is plains, islands, swamps, mountains, and forests, available in foils and non-foils. Then they had this Valentine's Day 2021. I'm like, well, did you copy my deck? And unfortunately, they didn't. They went with a red theme. They went with Boros Charm, Gisela Blade of Gold Knight, Rabblemaster, Heliod Suncrown, Monastery Swiftspear, and a Goblin token. Available on foil in non. And then I'm going to save the best piece for last. You had the Kaldheim Part 2, which was a Grave Titan, Inferno Titan, and they were giving away a Croxa Titan of Death's Hunger, foil and non-foil. Now, this is the thing that went bonkers. You know, you had people who love Magic the Gathering text messaging, emailing me. If you were in groups, people were shouting out like, oh my God, did you see this? What happens is Wizards ended up making a secret lair, Kaldheim Part 1, that had a Frost Titan, Primeval Titan, and URO Titan of Nature's Wrath, foil and non-foil. Now you're going to go, well, that's pretty cool. You know, if you have a commander deck, or if those people were playing some URO decks, you know, they ended up getting a really nice looking artwork. Now, Wizards, if you're listening, hello, we would like some for spirits here. You know, we've been waiting for a while. Fairies have already gotten 2 shots with this in the secret lair. Spirits, nada, nothing, 0. But the cool thing, the thing that really stuck out, is that there was a note, a special note, connected to this Kaldheim Part 1. It stated, this is quote unquote, I took this directly from the Wizard website, so there is no me, you know, finagling and making up words here. This is quote unquote from WotC. We are planning an upcoming B&R announcement. That means banning and restriction. In the announcement, we plan to ban URO, Titan of the Nature's Wrath, in Pioneer, Modern, and Historic. Wow. 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 That's huge news, ladies and gentlemen. Now it keeps on going. Additionally, we are continuing discussions about doing the same in Legacy. So if you're a Legacy player listening to this, thank you very much for listening. But wow, URO is getting smashed left and right in almost every format, with the exception of Commander. But I will continue reading because there's more here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're ready. While we are still working additionally on the larger B&R announcement for that week, we wanted to share this information ahead of the sale. Now, what I'm going to say is to Wizards, 100% from me, okay? Bravo. Bravo. 110% bravo. I can't believe Wizards went out of their way to do this, to be honest with the consumer, letting them know the card that you may purchase may drop in value. If you're buying this card because you think there's going to be a monetary value to it, you may want to consider again. But if you're playing it just for ish and giggles, saying Commander, guess what? Nice card. Pioneer, Modern, historic, and potentially Legacy. No. URO had his day in the sun, and you know what? All things have to come to an end. All good things have to come to an end, unfortunately. And URO, goodbye. Now, what does this mean? What did this little hidden statement in this secret lair mean? Well, there's another B&R announcement coming. And did you see how funny it was written, that the language that came out? Working internally, a larger B&R announcement for that week. Okay, so it's not just URO. There's other cards that are going to end up getting either nixed, errated, banned, you name it. Something's going to happen, something huge. Now, one thing that had me curious, it says for that week. Huh? What do you mean for that week? What does that mean? What week? Does that mean this upcoming Monday? Is that 2 Mondays from now? Is that 3 Mondays from now? What does that mean? Share with me, Wizards, Watsy, what's going on? What do you have in mind? I applaud you for being honest about the product that you're selling, but what does that mean to me as an individual, a consumer, that I honestly do have one URO, but my primary focus is spirits. But I'm curious what their plan is. When is URO going to be banned? What does this mean for modern challenges? What does this mean for pioneer challenges? What does this mean in general? I feel bad, honestly, to be quite sincere, I feel bad for those pilots that are using URO. I guarantee they're stealing my line right now. That's bullshit. Bullshit, Wizard, bullshit. And I'm sorry, guys. I really am. Because as a spirit player, okay, I'm going to be sincere. Spirits had a great matchup against URO. Had a great matchup. I'm not going to say they were free, easy wins, but, you know, we did rub your nose in it. You know, you got a little too big in your britches, and Spirits came along and just went, no, rub your face in it. Now, what does this also mean? What will it do to the format? What will it do to Modern? What will it do to Pioneer? I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's going to be for the better. Really do think it's going to be for the better because it's going to even out the playing field. It's not going to be like, wham, bam, thank you, man, here you go, the game's over. Now, it also depends on what they do with Tybalt and his trickery. But I guess that's what I'm actually hoping that the future BNR announcement is about. Because right now, I know, we both know, anybody can hear the sound of my voice knows that there's an issue currently besides URO, and it has to deal with Tybalt. Now, we can deal with Tybalt, the cosmic imposter. That's not a problem. We can deal with Tybalt's trickery. That's not a problem. Hands down, spirits can handle that 110%. The problem is the way Cascade is worded and the way it is functioning currently in MTGO. Now, do I expect Wizards to sit there and out ban Tybalt or its trickery? No, I do not expect neither one of those cards to be banned at all. What I do expect is Cascade to be errated, so when you use a Cascade mechanic, it goes only to the lower mana cost, not the higher mana cost that we're having right now issues with Tybalt. Once they figure that out, 1, 2, 3, I guarantee it has to deal with MTGO. So you have their computer programmers going through lines of code to sit there and fix it in MTGO. But that's one thing that I see them fixing, the way the Cascade mechanic is currently set up. Now, unfortunately, I think a spirit is going to be banned. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. I think a spirit's going to be banned. And that's Simeon's Spirit Guide. Yeah, it's a spirit. That's Simeon's Spirit Guide. It's a spirit. And I think it's going to be banned. Why? Because it makes the Tybalt deck way too quick. It makes them a little bit unfair. Now you're going to go, well, how about Gemstone Caverns? Maybe. But what I've always learned is that when you're not feeling well, you always go out of your way to fix the disease, not the symptoms. You attack the disease, never the symptoms. Now you're going to go, Dwight, Tybalt and his trickery is the disease. No. The problem is that there are cards that are speeding these cards up to make it that way. All right, that's the honesty. That's the God's honest truth. If this was slowed down, we stand everybody in Modern and Pioneer would stand a fighting chance if you could get it at turn 3. Because you got to consider, in Modern, you have Tron. 7 mana by turn 3. Yeah, it sucks, but we can handle it. We can deal with it. But when you have to deal with Tybalt by turn 1, turn 2, it can be difficult, extremely difficult. Spirits can deal with it. It can, but it's difficult. It's really difficult. Now, that's what I have for you, because this is breaking news from this morning. I had to come out. I had to finish work, ran home, write a script for this, and get this out to you, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted you to be aware of it and let you know that I'm 100% aware of what's going on out there. Now, comes to my shout-out section. You've heard me do it now, and this is the second week or maybe third week that I'm doing this. I'm shouting out the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme. People who go 5-0. And there were 2 of them right now in Modern. MTGO Modern Leagues. Now, the first one is Remf, R-E-M-F. Went 5-0 with a Bantless using Eidolon of the Rhetoric. Just one in there. but I'm happy I talked about it. I talked about it on my last episode. And congratulations for going 5-0. Now, the next individual. I love your handle. I love your handle. It is the Handsome Man. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a handsome individual that's out there playing spirits. Congratulations, Handsome Man. You went 5-0 in an Azorius build. Congratulations. That's what I like to hear, ladies and gentlemen. People are stepping up to the plate no matter what's out there and kicking butt. And I guarantee all our opponents are saying, that's bullshit. Congratulations. You know what this leads us to? It's the end of the show. Well, thank you for joining me on this special episode, this breaking news episode of MTG Ectoplasm. Remember, reach out to me on Twitter, MTG Ectoplasm, or email me at mtgectoplasm@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. I'll see you guys next time. That's bullshit.